wearing either 2 or 3 masks to cut down on the risk of transmission to contract the coronavirus. I know myself, I only wear 1 mask when I absolutely have to. I don't really know, frankly, many people who do wear 2 masks. I do know some people who wear 2 masks when they fly. They wear the N95 surgical mask kind of underneath their own kind of cloth, more fashionable mask, if you will. And we're going to get a live report in just a few minutes here. We do just want to preview that story for you. We have a lot more in store as well. Lots of reporters from Las Vegas, Phoenix, Detroit, Houston, and Austin again. Seems like a lot of news happening out of Austin today that we just brought you. So in the meantime, we do want to give you this live look at the White House, and we're going to go to Austin in just a second. All right, this is Andrew Kraft back for you here live on NewsNOW from Fox. So yes, the talk we were just talking about, Dr. Fauci says 2 masks are better than 1. We're being joined right now by Fox 7 out of Austin, Marin Austin, to kind of break this story down for us about double masking. We're almost a year into the pandemic, Marin, and this seems like it's pretty groundbreaking new guidance if it rings scientifically true.
That's exactly right, Andrew. In fact, doctors have been saying for months that 1 mask is better than no mask, and now we know that possibly 2 masks are better than 1 mask. Doctors say it can't hurt to wear a looser mask with the filtration against the face, kind of like this, with a cloth mask over it. Now, the conversation really began when public officials recently started wearing 2 masks. Vice President Kamala Harris received the vaccine with 2 masks, as we saw, and former presidential candidate Pete Buttigieg wore 2 masks to President Biden's inauguration just last week. Now, Dr. Matthew Robinson here in Austin, the medical director of infectious diseases at St. David Medical Center, explains why 2 masks are better than 1.
Marin, we don't have that soundbite. If you want to just explain what he said for our viewers, apologize about that.
That's okay. Okay, so essentially he says it's providing a barrier to intercept those little droplets of saliva that carry the viruses. By double masking, you essentially provide a bit more of a denser obstacle, as he says. It's an obstacle course, he actually calls it, if you will, for those particles. Now, wearing 2 masks protects others against droplets that you might have, but this doctor also says it protects yourself by providing a double barrier, especially when it comes to extra protection against the new strains of the coronavirus, which we have been talking a lot about and many people are worried about. Plus, Andrew, if you put on 1 mask, of course, as you mentioned, that might be considered difficult, but really wearing 2 masks is not much more difficult.
Marin, that for those who live in colder climates, it keeps your face warm when you go outside. But the one thing I was looking for, CDC hasn't issued guidance yet on this. I know a lot of people kind of wait for that to happen and they adjust their behavior and adjust their lifestyles. But, from the people you've talked to, the experts, do you think we could maybe be seeing some guidance on that coming from the CDC soon? Or maybe this is just people's personal preference going into the next year of the virus?
So far, Andrew, it has been people's personal preference. And again, what has really pushed this entire conversation is seeing public officials actually wearing 2 masks in public. We have reached out to the CDC and also local officials here in Austin. They have not gotten back to us in terms of if they might change those guidelines. So really, we're not sure yet. Right now, you might just see some people walking down the street with 2 masks. You might see some people walking down the street with 1 mask.
And Marin, I've definitely seen, I don't know if you've seen this with people walking outside, they have kind of the cloth mask that you have, and yet they have the shield over that. So that could be an extra barrier as well. We do know President Joe Biden last week signed that mask mandate for all federal workers and employees to wear those masks on all federal property. So it'll be interesting to see if people do kind of adopt this more as we enter into this next year of the pandemic, more than 400,000 dead. Any last thoughts, Marin?
Yeah, there is one thing I wanted to add. You just mentioned the face shield. That is one thing I asked some of the experts I spoke to. Would you prefer to have people wear a face shield and a single mask or two masks? Because he told me that several doctors and nurses in the infectious disease unit of the hospital, they do wear the face shields, as you've seen on TV, in addition to an N95 mask. And he highly recommended people in the public wear two masks. You can wear a face shield, of course, if you want, but two masks would be more effective.
All right, Fox 7's Marin Austin there, live for us in Austin, Texas. We appreciate you so much. See you again.
Thanks, Andrew.
All right, we'll be following a lot of news around the